So, g'day, how you going? My name is Glenn. I'm looking into the camera, thank you. And today I want to title this video, You Can Learn at least one thing from every person that you meet. Basically, that is it. You can learn basically one thing from a person you can meet. Doesn't mean it is positive or negative. It can be both. It can be neutral as well. So, this is just my life experience. So, every person that you meet can teach you at least one thing. Now, a lot of the time it is positive, but sometimes it is negative. So, they can teach you some things that will help you benefit your life. They can also give you examples about things that you should not be doing. So, if you want to take examples, like when you go for a new job, you're going to meet people there. You don't know what to do, even if you have experience in that area, because they might do things differently. They might do things at a different pace. They might use a different computer system. Or if you're in a trade, they might actually do it, like if you're in construction and you might have been on single houses, maybe these people only build units, or maybe they only build high rises, something like that. So there's always something you're gonna learn at a new site. Then you come across people and they're gonna teach you at least one thing, and everyone there can teach you a different thing. So in that field, and you'll also come across people there who are going to make mistakes. So they're the people that are going to teach you not to do that. So you're going to look at that and say, oh yeah, that's a bad thing. They done it wrong, and it'd affect their work. And this also, this is also in relationships as well, not just work. This is all areas of life. So positive thing, someone's walking down the street. There's a car crash, and then a lot of people stop their cars. People that are walking on the sidewalk come rush over, check if everyone's okay, and if someone needs CPR, there's probably someone there that knows what to do, so then they get into CPR. So they're the positive things that they're teaching you from a bad incident. And then there's things that you shouldn't be doing. So, I don't know, someone that went around and, bashed someone up because they were angry, or maybe they didn't like them. And then they were caught by the police and they went to jail. So you're thinking, if that's what's going to happen if I do that, maybe I shouldn't do it. Or even drugs. Someone gets addicted to, what was it, drug, heroin? Their life just goes downhill. And maybe they're your friend, maybe they're your brother, maybe they're your cousin, maybe even a parent. And you see the life go downhill, and you're like, should I actually be associating with this person? Do I really want to be introduced to their lifestyle? So start taking drugs yourself, then you go downhill as well. So then you might distance yourself from them, and then you'll learn that, doing that thing is a negative thing. It's not really good for you. So, it's just everyone can teach you at least one thing, good or bad. And at the moment, I'm only talking about living people. But, you, especially via books, and even, currently films, you can learn stuff from deceased people. People that have been dead for 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. Like this guy, Lao Tzu, he, older contemporary Confucius, who works is more probably an anthology of wise sayings. And, well, we're not too sure if this guy actually existed. That's what they're saying. It's a compilation of anthology. So these would have actually been invented at one time by probably many different people. So I've got a book, the histories by, that's it, Thucydides or Xenophon, and he can teach you the history of ancient civilizations, which a lot of it was not preserved. Like, he has writings about how mummification was performed, and apart from the mummies themselves, that's the only information that we do have. There might be some hieroglyphs, but I don't think the Egyptians actually traditionally, headphones coming out, really wanted that information to be going out. Okay, so this is book 2, number 53, where I possess of the least knowledge, I would, when walking on a great way, fear only path that leads astray. So fear leads you astray. So that's just in that sentence, it teaches you that if you're fearful, it's going to take you off your path in life. So the goal that you set yourself, if you let fear get in the way of that goal, is instead of going straight towards that goal, sorry, I'm a bit tired, it would lead you that way or that way, which would take you away from your goal, so you're never actually going to achieve it. Okay, the court is corrupt, the fields are overgrown with weeds, the granaries are empty, and yet there are those dressed in fineries with swords at their side, filled with food and drink, and possessed of too much wealth. So talking about the greedy not helping the rich. So the greedy are still living like it is. The poor people are starving. This is known as taking the lead in robbery. Yeah, so this is basically what they're talking about now. And this is like, what, 2,500 years ago? About the rich, because they're rich, not helping, but still taking everything from, the people. So they're still living their lifestyle, so they're taking away from the poor. That's what we've got now for the big tech companies that they're saying, because all the wealth is going to the top. Anyway, that's from a different video. So 2,000 years ago, they still had the same problem that we do now. So this problem of greed and poverty is going to be with us forever, unless we get government institutions more stringent. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically it. So you can learn about right and wrong from people who have been dead a long time. So as I said, this is probably multiple people that you're learning from, but they did interact with society. And then there's C. Shonigan. So she wrote 1,000 years ago about Japanese life in the royal court. She was like a lady in waiting or something. I think they call her a concubine or whatever now. Just remember, do exercise. Hope if there's one thing you can learn from me, do the exercise. And learn. So yeah, with this you can actually learn about societies, at least Japanese society back in the past. And you can even go further back. So this is like 5,000 year old literature. Sumerian, the Book of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is Akkadian, and in Sumerian is Gilgamesh. So, but this one has a lot of the text actually missing. So you can actually see a lot of the text is missing. And sometimes they give you the cuneiform plates. So as you can see, the tablet is actually broken. So this is a compilation of different texts, so they can get the fullest actual story that they can. And it is basically just about King Gilgamesh, and some inscriptions have been found not related to this text. I think it's like some other tablets or whatever, probably a cornerstone of a temple or whatever, to confirm that he existed. Obviously, they never found a tomb of his. And Enkidu, so guy who was brought up in the wild as an animal, and eventually the animals rejected him because he accepted Gilgamesh. Okay, the house of utensils and pots you shall never acquire. Shamat shall not acquire a pure. Text is missing. No table for the bequeath. The people's abundance and pride shall be laid in your house. So maybe just, I don't know what that text is. I actually need to read it. So, yeah, you got Sumerian poems in Gilgamesh. So, yes, you can learn a lot of things. So there's about 5,000 years of literature you can actually learn from. A lot of it, like the Sumerians, a lot of it you can actually find in modern culture, like the law codes of Namu, as well as the law codes of Hammurabi, which are a later one, so Namu is an earlier one. Give earlier laws that regulate how people can behave, and a lot of the punishments we still have now. So, Sumerian, maybe I should learn that. Anyway, that's basically it. Don't discount everyone. Don't look at someone and say, yeah, I can't learn anything from them, because you have just learnt your lesson. If you think what you have learnt from them is that you can't learn anything, so that's your lesson that you've learnt from them. So obviously you can learn something from them, and that lesson is you can't learn anything from them. Hope this helps you with your life. Treat people nice, don't be an asshole, and take care.